battle long count was in the second one. But yeah, that was very near that 22nd and 23rd date that the Libra birth sign finishes. And Gene Tunney, the Fighting Marine, against Jack Dempsey, who won the title on July the 4th, 1999, against Jess Willard. And the first match, like I said, was on the 23rd of September 1926, same year as Harry Gregg died. That's when the Libra birth sign region finishes. 23rd of start, should I say, 23rd of September to October the 22nd. But the second match, the Battle Long Count, they brought that rule in. I don't personally think it made any difference, but again, there was be surmising Jack Dempsey fought Gene Tunney for the second time. It's 22nd of September 1927. And he lost both. And Victor Perez, like I say, fought in them camps just like Teddy Pedialski. I've got his name right, Tedious Pedialski, an amateur boxer more. He fought in them prison camps also. Henry Haft, the man who fought Rocky Marciano, did also. Victor Perez. And you also had the film Triumph of the Spirit. Triumph of the Spirit was William Dafoe. And yeah, that was sort of choreographed by Teddy Atlas, the man who had a lot to do with Mike Tyson's early career. And yeah, that was the same as Victor Perez, a man who was flyweight champion. He fought Al Brown. And you had Salman Al-Arouch, the Israeli, also, who fought in the prison camps boxing, where the sort of German overtakers used them as entertainment in a way, boxing all weights, etc. Salman Al-Arouch, and still alive today, Salman Al-Arouch. And Eddie Perkins was the light welterweight champion, 1962, 1965. Like I said, you had the World Soccer Cup won by Brazil one of the times in Chile, probably Santiago, Chile, beating Czechoslovakia 3-1 in the final. And 1965 was when Muhammad Ali beat Sonny Liston for the second time. Beat him in 1964 on 25th of February 1964. Also beat him in that year, 1965, 25th of May 1965. And that was the same year, Eddie Perkins, world travel champion. Yeah, he travelled, a bit like Freddie Miller, world travel champion, Have Gloves Will Travel, and many others. And Eddie Perkins was born at Clarksdale in Mississippi, March the 3rd, 1937. That was the same time, I think you had that Spanish Civil War kicking about that time, and Eddie Perkins began his pro boxing career December the 27th, 1956, same year as the Melbourne Summer Olympics and the Cortina d'Ampezzo Winter Olympics in Italy. And because Eddie Perkins was born on March the 3rd, 1937 at Clarksdale in Mississippi, he is in the region of Pisces birth sign, as Pisces birth sign goes from February the 19th to March the 20th. And Jack Peterson, not Patterson, not earlier, Jack Peterson was the British Commonwealth heavyweight champion and the British light heavyweight champion around the times of 1932 to 1936. Because say you had the 1932 the first Lake Placid Winter Olympics, when you had the first also Los Angeles Summer Olympics same year, because the second of them, the second Los Angeles Olympics, was in 1984, where at the same time you had the Sarajevo Bosnia Winter Olympics. And Lake Placid second Winter Olympics was in 1980, when the USA squad beat the Russians, breaking that unbeaten run for God knows how many years. One of the probably biggest shocks in sporting history ever. And yeah, that was 1980. The same year you had the Moscow Summer Olympics. USA boycotting the Russian Olympics, and then the Russians got them back in 1984 to boycott the 1984 Summer Olympics. And obviously USA have had the Olympics other times, St. Louis in 1904 and Georgia in 1996. In 1984 you had that record-winning Olympic boxing squad. Mark Breland, Virgil Hill got silver, and Evander Holyfield got bronze, disqualified against Kevin Barry from New Zealand. Probably wrong. I think that was a wrong call, but Kevin Barry went on to train people, and yeah, you had loads in that. A medal-winning slew there, because the Russians weren't there. I think this 1976, it was less medals for the Americans, but there was the Cubans there and the Russians who weren't there in 1984. And Jackie Peterson was light heavy and heavyweight British and Commonwealth champions around 1932 to 36. 1936 was the year of the Berlin Summer Olympics and the Garmisch-Partenkirchen Germany Winter Olympics. And Jack Peterson was born at Cardiff in Wales on September the 2nd, 1911. September the 2nd in 1945 was when officially World War II finished. It started on September the 1st, 1939 officially. And Jack Peterson began his pro boxing career on the 28th of September 1931. Now that was when Muhammad Ali finished the trilogy with Ken Norton in 1976. Same year that you had the Montreal Summer Olympics, that Sugar Ray Leonard won gold in the lightweight division, beating Aldama in the final. And that was the Innsbruck Winter Olympics that year. The second of them, because the first was in 1964, when you had the Tokyo Summer Olympics, and you also had that in the COVID years. I think it was, yeah, so that was in 2022, what I remember. Yeah, because it was delayed from 2020. The Tokyo, that was the, yeah, was that the Winter or the Summer Olympics? One of the two. It was the Summer Olympics, actually, but I digress. So, 28th of September was when Muhammad Ali beat Ken Norton for the second time over 15 rounds. That wasn't a world title, it was like a sort of, I think it's like a North American title, something like that. But, and also Muhammad Ali fought Ken Norton for the first time, his 43rd match, losing split decision on March the 31st, 1973, and he fought him in his 44th match, next match, beating Ken Norton, split decision over 12 rounds, September the 10th, 1973. And obviously at the 29th of September 1977 was when Muhammad Ali beat Ernie Shavers on unanimous decision over 15 rounds. I think that was the last time we saw anything resembled the old Ali personally. 29th of September 1977. That was a day out. Obviously 29th of September 1790 was when Richard Humphreys fought Daniel Mendoza, great Jewish champion. That was in their third match. Also had the Hellgate match, but that was ridiculous. A sort of royal idiot having a sort of match, stand-up match with someone, but in Brighton I think that was. But and Mac Foster fought Zora Fawley, 29th of September 1970, same year that Brazil won the World Soccer Cup in Mexico, the first of them two Mexico World Cups. The other one was won by Argentina, 86, 3-2 against Germany in the final. Then Argentina lost in the final to Germany 1-0 in 1990 in Italy. And September the 29th, 1972, same year as the Munich Summer Olympics. Kwarlim Bayamuk, the Mongolian wrestler, was in, getting silver. And the Sapporo, Japan Winter Olympics was when Buster Mathis fought Ron Lyle. And I digress. And because Jackie Peterson was born on September the 2nd, 1911 at Cardiff in Wales. September the 11th, he is in the Virgo Water Maiden birth sign region, because the Virgo Water Maiden birth sign region is August 23rd to September the 22nd. And that was the date of the Gene Tunney the Dempsey match, and that was the second and last match, the penultimate of Gene Tunney's career, because he fought Tom Heaney, defended the title, then retired later, the New Zealand guy. And their first match was on 23rd of September 1926, same year that Harry Greb died. On the operating table, the same surgeon as Tiger Flowers, getting his nose done. And say, yeah, 22nd of September 1927 was Dempsey Tunney 2. And like I said, that was right near the region of the Virgo birth sign finish, 22nd of September, and the starting of Libra birth sign region, 23rd of September. And Enrique Pinda was the World Bantamweight WBA champion, 1972, 1973. I say 1972 was that Munich Summer Olympics with the Black September kidnappings, and Dan Gable, the wrestler, was in that Olympics. And you had Tifilio Stevenson winning his first of 3 golds. He won 1972, 1976 and 1980. So he had 1972 Munich Summer Olympics. When at the Sapporo Winter Olympics, he won gold. Tifilio Stevenson, the Cuban. In 1976, in Montreal, Canada, he won gold, heavyweight division. The same year that you had the second Innsbruck, Austria Winter Olympics, and then Tifilio Stevenson won his third and last, unfortunately, in 1980 Moscow Summer Olympics, when you had Lake Placid Winter Olympics. The USA boycotted that, but also Cuba and Russia boycotted the 1984 Summer Olympics, which stopped Tifilio Stevenson maybe getting his 4th gold, as Tyrrell Biggs won I think it was the super heavyweight division, the new super heavyweight division, I think it was then, and he already beat Tyrrell Biggs, so I'd imagine you'd have won that also. 1984 Los Angeles Olympics, when you had the Sarajevo, Bosnia Winter Olympics. And Enrique Pinda, World Bantamweight champion, 1972, 1973. Same year, Ali fought Joe Bugner, 14th of February, 1973, which is the same date that Primo Carnera fought Ernie Scaff, 1933. Same year that Sugar Ray Robinson fought Jake LaMotta in his 6th and last match. Same date as St. Valentine's Day Massacre, the stock market year, crash year, 1929, 14th of February. And Enrique Pinda was born at Panama City on August the 7th, 1947, and Enrique Pinda began his pro boxing career on August the 20th, 1966. The same year that England won the World Soccer Cup for the first and only time in England, beating Germany 4-2 in the final. And a week later, Muhammad Ali in his 25th match fought Brian London, winning by a KO in third round, 6th of August 1966. And that same year, Ali fought and beat George Chuvalo. 1966, it was 29th of March actually, 1966, I said that wrong earlier. But he also fought George Chuvalo 1st of May 1972, when you had the Munich Summer Olympics and the Sapporo Winter Olympics. And also in 1966, 24th match, Muhammad Ali beats Henry Cooper the second time, not getting knocked down this time, like 1963. That was on the 21st of May 1966, because Muhammad Ali's 19th match beat Henry Cooper 5-round TKO, getting knocked down though in the 4th round on 18th of June 1963. And Muhammad Ali also beat Cole Mildenberg on a 10